This is how Moses Moody went from playing at Arkansas to NBA champion. Before Moses Moody was on the Warriors, he had an interesting story coming up. His freshman year of high school, he helped his school reach the state championship. And as you could see, in his freshman and sophomore year, he was playing in Arkansas, which will be crucial to the story later. For his junior year, he transferred to Montverde Academy, which is where the story gets really interesting. Why? Because that team had so many NBA players. Cade Cunningham, Scotty Barnes, obviously Moses Moody, and Day'Ron Sharpe were all on that 2019-2020 roster. And also Derek Whitehead, who I think he still is on the Nets roster. I know he was drafted a couple years ago, and he was on the Nets. So they had a ton of NBA talent on that team. So this is where the Arkansas comes into play, because when Moses Moody graduated from high school, he went to play at Arkansas. He was a Razorback, which, if you don't know, the Razorbacks have some really famous NBA players. The most famous that is known for being a Razorback is Joe Johnson, but I believe Daniel Gafford also went there, and there are a few other NBA players who also went there. I think Bobby Portis went there too, correct me if I'm wrong. So there have been a lot of NBA talents at that school. So Moses Moody finds himself as the 14th overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft, going to the Golden State Warriors. If you go back and watch my old videos, the person I said to watch for in that 2021 NBA draft was Moses Moody. And although he didn't get a ton of minutes his rookie year, he ended up being an NBA champion because that is the year the Warriors won the championship. Fast forward to now, Moses Moody is finally getting the playing time I believe he deserves. In October, he signed a 3-year, $39 million extension, which shows he wants to be with the Warriors and they want to be with him. Every year, Moses Moody gets better and better. He can easily be a top-tier two-way player in the league. He has the defensive instincts. He always plays very well on the defensive end on the floor. I've said this for the past 2 years. Does Moses Moody get all the playing time in the world? No. But when he's out there, he does not make mistakes. He hits all the clutch threes when he needs to. He's shooting like 40% from three. I just feel like Moses Moody can do so many things well, and I feel like he does not get the recognition that he deserves. Andre Iguodala said this on his podcast, I believe, a few years ago. He said one of the most professional players he has ever been around was Moses Moody. And I think this was when Moses Moody was a rookie, because I think he was talking about Moody, and then I think he also said Looney in there as well. But he said Moses Moody was one of the most professional players he had ever been around as a rookie. Because he was saying something like, when Moody's, at practice, you don't have to check in on him, if that makes sense. Not that you don't have to help him as a rookie, obviously learning things, but he's going to show up on time, he's going to be where he needs to be, he's going to do what he has to do and work hard. So that's kind of what Andre Iguodala was saying. And it shows, because every year he gets better and better. And I'm hoping that he can, be even more in the rotation as the year goes on. To me, there's no reason why Moses Moody could not be an elite two-way player in the league. Sure, to become someone as elite as OG or Kawhi Leonard, that is a tall task to ask for anybody, because specifically Kawhi is kind of in his own category. When Kawhi was in his prime, he was locking down the best player on the other team every night and still scoring 25 a night easily. Same with Klay Thompson. Although Klay Thompson was the second option to Steph Curry, Klay Thompson was still getting 20 plus a night. He was, relied on heavily for the Warriors and guarded the best player on the other team every single night. They did also have Draymond, but Klay Thompson was guarding Kyrie Irving and James Harden and Russell Westbrook. That was his assignment. Like I said, OG, one of the elite two-way players in the league, because he guards the best player every night. And although he is not responsible for scoring 25 the way that Kawhi was, or maybe Klay Thompson was, he definitely can give you 20 a night if he needs to. And so while those are high expectations and high praise for Moses Moody, I don't see why he can't be an elite player like that in the league the way that those three are. He has the talent, he has the work ethic, and he has the natural gifts that some other players may not have. Sure, defense is effort. If you put in a lot of effort on the defensive end of the floor, a lot of good things will happen. You can be a decent defender because part of it is just trying. But to be an elite defender, it is not just effort. It is reading the plays, your IQ, your defensive tactics, the way that you can go for a steal but not reach in and get a foul instead. You have to have lateral quickness because you have to move your feet, because again, if you reach in with your hands, players will draw a foul. All the offensive players in the league, players who are on offense, everybody knows how to draw a foul, and everybody's very good at it. So if you get caught with your hands in the cookie jar, as they say, you will get a foul drawn on you. So I think Moses Moody can be one of the elite two-way players in the NBA for years to come. I have that high expectation for him.